Okay. So I was thinking about this of how I wanted to approach. So Vladim is in need of agricultural resources. One of the planets has agricultural resources. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the agricultural planet, and then from there we'll secure that and then hopefully resolve the footfall situation. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if that's going to work out. Anyways, Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the von Valancius Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links, all this is now your privilege and burden. Mobile extracticum. Mobile mining outposts assembled in accordance with blessed template construct. This small industrial complex can be deployed on practically any world, however inhospitable. The Surf clan can be assigned to it will devote itself to the maintenance of its sacred mechanisms and the extraction of resources needed by the rogue trader. Okay. Footfalls and forwardness. I'm guessing I click chart new routes.
Finally, some real action.
Oh, Eldari ships. Oh, I named the ship Baba Ganoush. Oh my god. I didn't even realize I did that. Oh my god.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Miss. Oh no, that's not good.
Macro cannons, annihilate them. Chart a course. Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Macro cannons, annihilate them. Let destruction pour forth.
Okay. That confirms that.
Send them into the cold void.
There we go. Now maybe I can hit it.
Steer us to our target.
We're helpless under their fire. Do something!
Ah, so that's the ramming maneuver. Okay.
Let the Imperium guide us.
Oh.
Micro cannons, annihilate them. Unleash your wrath upon my enemies. Emblazon our path. Unleash the storm of micro cannons.
Oh, it does hit. Okay.
Let destruction go forth. Chart a course. Emblazon our path. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
There we go. Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from Falstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, Rotarius of Saint Cognatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navika, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. We will not abandon the people of faith in distress. Prepare a landing party and my shuttle. I'm taking the monastery under my protection. As it pleases your lordship. Sector, Cronus Expanse. Region, Assazar System. Location, Monastery of Saint Cognatius, Falstone. Material, Chronicle compiled by humble archivist Brother Petricus. 6 core and 11 days after the feast of the passing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Monster of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls steeped in fear, arrived on Falstone in a star bark. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Falstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of Saint Cognatius, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in! Protect us!" And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies, if friendly heathens lurked in their midst. After a prayer, the prelate Hectarius turned his eye to the past in search of instruction. Prelate Hectarius recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Falstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Cognatius, and those missionaries had received the blessings of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, who had traveled with them in their star bark. To found in this place a humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And Saint Cognatius, a man of great endeavors, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. And not only Falstone, but many other worlds of the Cronus Expanse bear its imprint. And Prelate Hectarchius did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flask cowls, inscribed words of praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth, ready to render their service in battle. With lasguns and bolters, they pierced the interlopers. With their chainswords and power flails, they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too scant though their armament was, and scanter their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were their numbers and greater their desperation. The monks fled beyond their walls and rang the vox alarum and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over that gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help in their spite. They blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatium. The faithful in the meantime made ready to resist, and a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor, summoned Prelate Hectorius and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each other to account for their deeds. The strangers, prodigious in number, besieged the rogue trader to take them in and give them shelter and protection as to his own servants, and spake they, saying, "What?" And spake they, saying, "Long have we wandered, swiftly have we fled. Many a woe and ordeal has befallen us. Of many a father and son are we bereft. Now the warp hath taken the last of our strength, and we shall flee no more." Commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as could be slain. Extendaville. So you have to choose one of these? Bruh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Ironclast in this situation. Ugh. So the order of, here's the thing, like, so the order of the, what's this? You know what? I kind of don't want to do either. I don't like any of these options, to be honest and fair. So I'm just going to do this. Cast a contemptuous eye over the aftermath of the bloodshed and departed with words of abuse and reproach. Left on their own as orphans are, bereft of the rogue trader's wise judgment, monastery dwellers and interlopers alike were in sadness. Thus began the chronicles of Falstone's woes and misdeeds that were to bring that world to ruin and oblivion. Yeah. I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals addressed to the spirit of the ship have been performed. The tech liturgy and the rite of the machine blessing ended with a data meditation in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle sent down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. How the spirit of the void ship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet, during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanisms differs from other analogous forms. This spirit holds unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. Remind me what you wanted to find out. When the ship's warp engine was filled with the motive force despite the mass of computational errors, a true technological miracle was achieved. No doubt it was the grace of the Omnissiah, but no such occurrences have been described in this catalog before. Hoping to gain sacred knowledge of the nature of what happened, I embarked on a blessed research and prayer. I see. Okay, I'm trying to decipher the words that he said. Okay, alright. Well, the report is received. Thank you, Pascal. I think I got kind of the gist. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of this system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home of the aggregate world Janus that belongs to the von Valancius dynasty. We have received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the rogue trader and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Man. I like Adir's premonitions that come up. It does help. I think I'm gonna take Pascal. Oh man, but Adira's AoE is really good. Nah, we'll be okay. I think this is good enough. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat Eb Aram. My name is Vistenza Janus Viat at Ab Aram Af Coronis. Holy crap! My God. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of the rogue traitor Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Vistenza Viat raises her head slightly. Vistenza Viat turns to Abelard and greetings to you, noble Wersarian. It has been years since your last visit to Janus. I'm glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue trader Seneschal does not visit a subject's planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Viat? Seems the governor is taking care of all matters, and there is no need for the Seneschal to interfere. Vistenza lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words, and I thank you for them. She turns once again to you. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. I hope my coming in Theodora's stead has not disappointed you too much. Not in the least, your lordship. On the contrary, I am delighted after all these years to once again welcome to my world. Oh, dude, why is everybody getting assassinated, man? There's always an ambush every time, dude. Every time I arrive on a planet.
The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
Oh my God. It's an ambush.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Dude, this music just goes so hard.
Anything else? Will do. On it.
I'll do what it takes. Your efforts amuse me. Quick!
Your efforts amuse me.
Battlefields are always
Oh,
drowned
that's not
in
what I wanted
scarlet.
to do.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Ah.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
I'm a mentor.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Strike is a prayer. Power resides in the will of the righteous. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed. As the Emperor commands, you can escape the Emperor's
Goodness
judgment.
me. I think I optimized Argenta too much. Okay. Bruh. Oh.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Here we go.
think Abelard gives a shit?
Hold on.
Scared yet? I must not falter. Heretics. Let's get to it. Time to slaughter someone.
This way. Vengeance will be swift. Purpose guide.
Bro, what? My guy. What is going on? I have not been performing as of
Ruin
late.
beckons.
Ugh. Where's our There she is.
I need no guidance.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I'm here, maggot.
Let's see to it.
Cover me.
Beware foul sorcery!
Or but of course.
Ah! Show me what you've got.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
me strength. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'll do it. Faith without deed.
If I may.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. You, my Emperor!
Let's get to it! Onward!
No, oh, dang.
Scared yet? Let's get to it!
Emperor, protect me!
Time to slaughter someone!
It will be done. For von Valancius! Follow my lead. At your beck and call. Reduce the
Parry! Oh my god. Oh, that was a nice little sword fight there.
I will do my duty. It will be done.
I can't use any of these abilities. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. character just feels super useless. I think I gotta go melee.
But of course, Lord Captain. For the throne's glory. Let's see to it.
Victory is imminent. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed. At your beck and call.
Gosh dang.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Anything else? On it.
High momentum.
I am a navigator, a foe painted black. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'll do it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without eradicated.
Show me what you've got. Let's get to it.
I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
One step closer. There is no mercy found in my heart.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. Indeed. At your beck and call.
No. I guess you have to hit a person. Oh. Huh. My bad, Ablard. Oh, kind of worked out again.
It will be done. Reduced to dust. A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Woo! Your lordship, Emperor preserve us, are you alright? Pale grayness is staring this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. Where did Governor Viad go? The governor is safe, protected by walls and wardens. Please follow me. We'll escort you to her personally. Fine. Lead on. Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over into a low bow. Your lordship, the most honorable Jin von Valancius, the governor, is awaiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany me in my meeting with the governor. Vistenza Janus Viat Abram of Cronus is furiously swiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her device, smooths her skin, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined. The governor, trembling all over, bows her head even lower. I assure you, your lordship, I would never... I beg you, give me the chance to prove my loyalty and explain myself. Vistenza's companion standing beside her also bends into a slavish bow, while reaching out to offer a reassuring touch to Vistenza's hand, who immediately draws it away. One of your wardens helped us in the battle. A superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Urliet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I have turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Urliet comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janus like the back of her hand, so she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate, her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall. Henris's expression shifts. Did I hear you correctly, Governor Viat? You have a mysterious mutant on your estate at this very moment? One of the prodigious height, slight build, and with supernatural talent for shooting? Did the arrival of this helper never give you pause for thought? Allow me to make myself clear. To refuse Urliet's help in our circumstances would have been incredibly rash. Yes, mutants are creatures abhorrent to the Emperor, and they should be exterminated, but sometimes humanity makes exceptions for those who can serve the Imperium. I'm not concerned that your aide is a mutant. I'm far more concerned that she may be nothing of the sort. Henrix turns to you. Jin? I would like to meet this helper of Governor Viat's without delay, out of professional interest. If you wish to speak to Urliet, you will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. And what's happening on this planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Gripping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. Vistenza shakes her head. And then it became apparent that what the administratum accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They already have brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tides when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal, ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would suffice to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh. I'm gonna go with this one. When I have finished with the rebels, I'll decide what to do with you. Ustensa lets out a ragged gasp as though she has been punched in the stomach. Your lordship, but I have served your dynasty faithfully and honestly. I've worked tirelessly to tame this unruly planet. She stops herself from speaking any further and nods. As you wish.